Some stories are written in ink. Ours are written in fear. Welcome to Whisper Pen. Take a deep breath and let the darkness in.
Lakeside Horror Story 1.
Oh God. Be quiet. I have to be quiet. I'm hiding behind a rock, holding my breath so hard my lungs feel like they're going to explode. The smell of rotting pine needles fills my nose, but I don't dare breathe any deeper. It all started an hour ago. Just 1 hour. That bastard Josh, with his pea-sized bladder, had to go into the woods to answer nature's call. We even teased him. Watch out, the Skinwalker might get you. Kyle even made a stupid wolf howl. Now I just want to slap myself. Josh came back after about 15 minutes. Everything seemed normal. He sat down by the fire, grabbed the sausage. "What took you so long?" I asked. He shrugged, his mouth full. "Got a little lost. The woods are tricky at night." And then, the silence. Josh, the guy who could never shut up, the guy who told jokes so bad we had to laugh just to stop the awkwardness, was suddenly quiet. He just sat there staring into the flames. His eyes, oh God, his eyes. The fire danced in them, but it wasn't a normal reflection. It looked like two little fire pits burning inside his sockets. Kyle, still oblivious, nudged him. "Hey, why the long face? Tell us a joke. Your silence is making me sleepy." Josh turned to Kyle. A smile slowly spread across his face, a smile that was too wide, impossibly wide. "Okay," he said, and his voice was a pitch lower. "So, a guy walks into the woods." That's when I knew. I knew something was wrong. And then from the darkness of the forest, a voice called out, "Mark, help me, I'm lost." It was Josh's voice. My whole body froze. I turned to look at the thing sitting by the fire. Its smile grew even wider, revealing what looked like too many teeth. Kyle stammered, What the hell?" The Josh thing slowly stood up. It wasn't trying to hide it anymore. Its joints popped and cracked horribly as it stretched, standing a good half-foot taller than the real Josh. "It doesn't want to be found," the thing whispered in Josh's voice, but it was distorted and full of hisses. Kyle screamed and ran. I ran too. I don't know where Kyle went. I just bolted into the darkness. And now I'm here, behind this rock, hearing my name being called from two different directions. One voice is Josh's, desperate. The other is Kyle's, screaming. They're playing with me. They know I'm here. Footsteps are getting closer. No, not footsteps. Hoof steps. "Mark, come out and play." My mother's voice from right behind the rock. My mother is 1,000 miles away. Oh God, it knows everything.
Lakeside Horror Story 2.
Phone's dead. The compass is spinning like a deranged ballerina. My watch, my immortal Casio G-Shock, is dead too. Everything is dead. Except us, I think. Last night was magical, and I now realize that's the stupidest word to describe it. We were sitting around the campfire, and then they appeared. Orbs of light. Green, purple, yellow. They danced over the black surface of the lake in total silence. No engine noise, no whoosh of air. A perfectly silent ballet. We, 4 idiots, just stood there with our jaws open, in awe. "Film it! Film it!" Chloe had yelled, but of course, every phone was already a brick. One of the orbs shot straight down into the lake, a splash, but there was no sound, just silent ripples spreading out. This morning, the horror began. My bag of snacks for the week is just a few crumbs. The 5-gallon water jug is almost empty. Who ate all the food?" Liam stammered, his voice filled with confusion. "We've only been here 1 night, right?" But it doesn't feel like it. My head aches. My memory of last night has strange gaps. I remember the lights, and then I'm sitting here, and it's morning. And then Chloe pointed to the damp sand at the lake's edge. What is that? Not human footprints, not bear or deer tracks. It was long and narrow, with 3 slender toes, no claws, ending in a roundish pad. The tracks led from the water's edge, made a wide circle around our campsite, and then disappeared into the forest. There were no tracks leading in, only leading out. That feeling. It's back. That skin-crawling sensation of 1,000 invisible eyes fixed on the back of my neck. I don't dare turn around. I know if I do, I won't see anything. But they're there, in the leaves, under the water, in the sky. They're not attacking. They're not communicating. They're not doing anything. They're just watching, studying, waiting. And that's what's driving me insane. Trapped here with no time, no direction, just rats and a giant cosmic laboratory. Liam has started laughing, a wild, hysterical laugh. He screamed, "Time is a flat circle!" and ran towards the lake. I have to stop him. Or should I just let him go? Maybe it's better down there than up here.
Lakeside Horror Story 3.
I swear, I've driven past that damn tree that looks like a demon's face already, Maria screamed, throwing the map on the ground. Calm down, I said, but my own voice was shaky. This was the 4th time we'd passed this goddamn tree. We packed up the camp early this morning. Goodbye, Compass Lake. We got in the car, drove down the only dirt road leading out of here. Half an hour later, the road curved strangely and bam, our campsite appeared before us, right where we just left. The tent was still there. The campfire was still smoking faintly. The first time, we thought we were just lost. Haha, great driving, Maria had joked. The second time, we started arguing. The third time, a heavy, oppressive silence fell over us. And this time, the 4th time, true panic set in. Everything was exactly the same, except for one thing. On my tent flap, someone had written a single word in mud, hello. Hello? Hello what? Okay. Someone's playing a prank on us. I tried to be rational. But who? In the middle of nowhere? We decided to walk, leave the car, just head straight into the forest, towards the rising sun. After an exhausting hour of bushwhacking, we stepped into a clearing with our car and our campsite and the lake. No way. This time, something else was different. Maria's tent had a long slash down the side, and the word hello on my tent had been changed to welcome. This isn't a joke. It's a trap, a prison with no bars. This lake, this forest, it doesn't want us to leave. It's playing with us. Maria started sobbing. I wanted to punch a tree. I can feel a manic energy building in my chest. We're going to try again, a 5th time. And if we end up back here, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe the next time we come back, the tent will say, "Stay forever."
Lakeside Horror Story 4.
And so, the fisherman with the hook for a hand returns to this very lake every full moon to look for his missing hand.
Mike ended the story with a classic boo, making the girls shriek theatrically. Chad, the football captain, just laughed. Lame story. Pass me a beer. It was a typical teenage camping night. Campfire, beer, loud music, and cheap ghost stories at the local Lover's Lake. I only came here for Ashley. But now, I wish I was home watching Netflix. Around midnight, when the party died down, everyone crawled into their tents. Ashley and I were in ours, listening to the crickets and Chad snoring from the tent next door. It was kind of romantic, in a way. And then, I heard it. Scrape? Scrape?
very faint sound, like a tree branch brushing against the tent fabric. "Did you hear that?" Ashley whispered, her voice tense. "It's probably just a squirrel, babe," I lied, but my stomach tightened. Squirrels don't make a metallic sound like that. Skitter, skitter, scrape. Louder this time, right outside our tent door. A dry, sharp sound of metal dragging on dirt. "Chad, cut it out with the stupid pranks," I yelled, trying to sound brave. No reply. Just the sound of the wind rustling through the leaves. Then Ashley screamed, a piercing, terrified shriek. I turned, and she was pointing out the small mesh window of the tent. Hanging from a branch right outside was a fish. Its belly was sliced open, its guts spilling out. Blood was still dripping onto the ground below. "Oh no, oh no, no, no." And then the scraping sound wasn't on the ground anymore. It was on our tent. Scrape, scrape, right next to my head. A large, stooped shadow was cast on the tent wall by the moonlight. I could see the shape of an arm, and at the end of it was the shiny, metallic curve of a hook. The zipper on our tent began to slowly move down. That legend? It wasn't a legend.
Lakeside Horror Story 5.
"This water is so pure," Jenna exclaimed, splashing her face in the stream that flowed from the lake. "It's like drinking straight from an Evian bottle." We all laughed and drank. The water was cool, sweet. This lake was a hidden gem, a pristine paradise, deep in a national park. Not a single piece of trash, not another soul in sight. Just us and nature. That was 2 hours ago. Now, nature is trying to kill me. It started pleasantly. The colors of the leaves seemed more vibrant. The bird song sounded like a symphony. Danny started laughing uncontrollably at a rock, saying it had a really funny energy. We thought it was just the fresh mountain air. But then, as the sun began to set, everything changed. The trees. God, the trees. They started breathing. I could see the trunks pulsing like lungs, the branches contorting like long, bony fingers trying to grab me. Jenna started screaming, scratching at her own skin, saying there were bugs underneath it. I looked at her and her beautiful face began to melt, her eyes turning into 2 black pits. I screamed and stumbled back. "What's wrong with you?" Danny asked, but his voice echoed as if from the bottom of a well. And when I looked at him, he had no mouth, just a smooth patch of skin. "Hallucinations?" My brain screamed at me. "It's just a hallucination." But it all felt so real. I ran. I ran from the campsite, from my friends with their distorted faces. The forest around me twisted and writhed. The ground beneath my feet turned into a slimy bog trying to swallow me. Whispers came from everywhere, telling me all my secrets, all my worst mistakes. "You lied to your mother. You stole that money. You're a bad person." I covered my ears and collapsed. The water. It was the goddamn water. It wasn't pure. It was cursed. Or poisoned. I don't know which is worse. I'm sitting here now, my back against a breathing tree. I don't know what's real anymore. Does Danny really have no mouth? Are there really bugs under Jenna's skin? Or am I the one who's gone insane? I see a figure approaching. It looks like Jenna. She's smiling, but her smile stretches from ear to ear, revealing 2 rows of razor-sharp teeth. "Have some more," she whispers, holding out a canteen. "It's delicious."
Lakeside Horror Story 6.
Snow, snow, snow. Just a sea of goddamn white. It's been 3 days. 3 days trapped in this rotting wooden cabin. The blizzard shows no sign of stopping. There are 4 of us, me, Sam, Dave, and Ben. As for food, well, let's not even talk about it. This morning we had to split the last candy bar. Sam keeps staring out the window, muttering about the shadow. It's tall, he whispers, his eyes wide, skeletally thin. It's waiting. Cut it out, Sam. You're just hungry and paranoid, Dave snapped. Dave is the brutally practical one, but even Dave's voice was trembling. Last night I saw it. The shadow. It was standing at the edge of the woods, a long black shape against the white snow. It didn't move. It just stood there, watching. And I swear, I could feel its hunger from hundreds of feet away, a cold, ancient hunger that seeped into my bones. But that's not the scariest part. The scariest part is Ben. Ben hasn't said a word since yesterday. He just sits in the corner, holding his hunting rifle and staring at us, one by one. His eyes are sunken, and there's a ravenous look in them. A few hours ago, Dave dropped a knife on the floor. Ben snatched it with lightning speed, unnaturally fast. He held the knife, brought it to his mouth, and licked it, slowly. His eyes never left us. Ben, put the knife down, Sam said, his voice trying to stay calm. Ben chuckled, a dry, cracking sound. So hungry, Sam. My stomach is eating itself, he said, but his gaze was fixed on Sam's forearm. Flesh must be so tender, right? Dear God, the Wendigo, that legend, it's not just out there, it's in here. It's inside Ben. Now the cabin is silent. Sam and Dave are in the opposite corner, holding firewood like clubs. I'm holding the fire axe, and Ben is sitting there, sharpening the knife on the wooden floor, making a steady, rhythmic scrape, scrape, scrape sound. The storm outside is howling. The hunger inside is howling louder. I don't know what will get us first. The starvation, the cold, the monster at the edge of the woods, or the friend sitting just a few feet away from me. The scraping just stopped. Ben is getting up. Shit. The final word has been written for tonight. But the whisper pen is never truly silent. Subscribe and return for the next chapter. Good night.